Hello and welcome to another stream. My name is Ray and it is Learning Korean Day 158. Thanks a lot for tuning in. So, we have basically spent the whole last day doing one review session of vocabulary. So, we talked about some other things. We got a lot of discussion about some vocabulary, some words, some sentences, and it took a bit longer. So let's see. I guess the vocabulary review today should go pretty well, and then we will go into the next chapter on the website for the grammar. Okay, so let's go into MasterReY here. And you can see we only have 3 words to review. Yesterday we had 37. So this should be way quicker this time. Let's do it. Okay, to be common. That is 흔하다.
흔하다.
To be exactly the same. 똑같다.
똑같다.
To call out. 부르다.
부르다.
Okay. Yeah, so and that was the vocabulary review for today. Was a lot quicker. Yeah, and now we go to howtostudykorean.com. This one, and we go into lesson 15 again. Hi Flo. And now we check where we stopped 3 days ago, or 2 days. 3 days ago, because we skipped 2 days ago. Okay, we had the explanation of 좋다, 좋아요, 좋아하다, and 싫다 and 싫어하다. Pretty much all of this, what is explained here, I already knew, so I'm not quite sure. I felt like this was all repetition, except for 2 specific things, and that is this one. It would be good to note that you can add ahada or ohada with some other adjectives as well. So you can take some adjective, you take the stem, you put this one after it, and it basically becomes the verb. But yeah, here we have some examples, but he's saying that shota and shilta are by far the most common. Yeah, so this was basically that lesson, that chapter. So now we go into the next chapter, subject, object, adjective form. Hi Kaya. Okay, one of the basic fundamentals of grammar, not just Korean grammar, is that an adjective cannot act on an object. Okay. This means in Korean you can never have a sentence predicated by an adjective that is acting on a word with the object particle. This means you cannot say this. Kimchi is good. I kimchi good. Yeah. You can say kimchi is good or I am good, but not I kimchi good. But if you do the thing that was explained here with adding o or a hada, you can say I like kimchi basically. Yeah, okay, no, never mind. That was a bit different. Oh yeah, okay, I guess this is what I mean. Yeah, this is what I mean. Just saying kimchi is good is the same meaning. It's also used for I like kimchi. but you can't say I kimchi good. Okay. I ate kimchi. Okay, I ate kimchi. Mogda, or in this case, mogosoyo, is a verb and not an adjective. So you can use this. This verb is acting on kimchi, okay. And yeah, kimchi is good. The adjective is the predicate of the sentence, and kimchi is the subject in this case. Okay. And here we have an adjective describing an object. So that's also possible. Okay. That being said, sometimes Korean people actually do make sentences that are predicated by adjectives and also have an object. Okay. Remember, you cannot, 100% cannot use an adjective to act on an object. So how do Korean people say this? They do so by saying, by adding e or ga to the object instead of this one. Okay. Yeah, okay, this is like a special rule about these particles again. So let's see. Kimchi is good. Okay, here kimchi is subject. Then here we have I like kimchi. And here we have okay. Here this is a new sentence. So here we have I as the subject, kimchi as the, I will call it special object with the ga. And then we have an adjective here. So this is basically the I kimchi good. I kimchi good. Okay, so I would really love to know which one of the three, we have three different variants to say this now. I like kimchi. We have the this one, I like kimchi. So really, I kimchi like. Or we have just kimchi is good, which also basically means I like kimchi, or is used as I like kimchi. And now we have a third variant, the I kimchi good. So which one of the three is the most common? That's what I'm wondering. But okay, let's continue to read. What I'm trying to get here is, oftentimes in Korean there's an adjective or passive verb that acts on objects. However, these adjective passive verbs must be treated as must of course always be treated as an adjective or passive verb, because they can't be in never mind. However, these adjectives passive verbs must be treated, yeah, I don't really see the point of the sentence, to be honest. Okay, so what he means is they cannot act on objects. So you have to treat them like they cannot act on objects still, because they are adjectives or passive verbs. Okay. So instead of using the normal object particle, you use e or ga. Another example was commonly done is 그립다, to miss, I think. 그립다 is translated to miss, yeah. It is usually used when talking about missing a non-person. To miss is an adjective in Korean, okay. Because it describes a feeling rather than action verb. Okay, yeah, okay. If I say I miss something, I miss my pen. I'm not actively doing an action in that moment. It's just a state that I'm in. I'm in the state of missing my pen, you could say. Yeah, okay. This means if you want to say, okay, is it the wrong missing maybe? I miss Korean food. Okay, that's a different miss. If I just say I miss my pen, I am missing my pen. I'm not sure about this in English. So yeah, I guess we're using it in German the same way. It's basically two meanings in my opinion, but using the same word. One meaning is you lost your pen, you like displaced it, you don't know where it is, you're searching for it. So then you can say I miss my pen. It must be here somewhere. Where is it? I miss my pen. Or you're actually missing something that you had in the past and you don't have now, and you want to have it again. That is this I miss Korean food here. So and for me that's like two different meanings, but maybe it applies. It's the second meaning, never the first. Never the first, okay? But in English and German we use it as the first sometimes as well. You can say like in German, ja, ich vermisse meinen Stift, hast du den gesehen? So like I miss my pen, did you see it? To lose, miss is another word. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's probably not that common. But I definitely heard it used before. Like, and not only once. Yeah, I lost my pen, you can say. I lost my pen. But that's past form. You can definitely say, I miss my pen. Have you seen it? I'm pretty sure that I've seen that often already. But okay, so let's say that is not the meaning that we go for if we use 그립다 in Korean. So it's always this wanting to have something that you had in the past but you can't have now. Or you miss home, for example, when you're not at home. In English and German it's the same word. I know what you mean. Yeah. Okay, so in Korean it's not. Okay, so I miss Korean food. 저는 한국 음식을 그리워요. 그리워요. That's what you cannot say because this is an adjective and this is an object and that doesn't work. So we use the special particle. Yeah, okay, so when I learned this, I was just seeing this as a verb. And now that it's an adjective, then yes, you cannot use the object particle. That's clear. Oh, that's obvious. Okay, so we use e or ga. Okay, so whenever we have an adjective there, we have to use e or ga if we have this object. I am proud of you. I don't like this person. I like Korea. Okay. I am proud of you. Okay, so if you can basically have this of of somebody or of something, you can have this if you use the "i" or "ga" object. You cannot have a passive verb act on an object. We saw the following types in the previous lesson. I remember that. Kioknada, or kioknayo in this case. Yeah, okay. It will be a bit difficult to yes, maybe there are examples where it's difficult to realize it's not a verb. For example, to miss. If you just say if you just see like kripta and you know it's to miss, it feels like a verb, and then you would use the normal object particle. So that could be difficult sometimes, I imagine. But if you know it's an adjective, if it's really in your head that it's an adjective, then it should be clear that it's an object, that you can't have an object, so you have to use "i" or "ga" if you want to get another noun into the sentence somehow next to the subject. Okay. Okay, yeah, that's this chapter. Let's go to the next one then. The word dilda is very difficult because it can be used in so many ways. Okay, to carry or to hold something, or to go into something, to enter something. Both of these usage are overarching situations that most of the usages of dilda can fit into. The difficulty with dilda is because it can be used in so many different ways, it is often hard to come up with a translation that fits. Well, you don't have to do that, right? There are many words in every language that are the same words for different meanings. I don't even see why you would try this. It's not needed. You just have multiple translations for the same word. It's totally fine. Okay, 3 examples how it can be used in the situation of to enter or to go into something. I entered the club, I joined the club. So dongari. Okay, so this is like a club, not the club where you party at night, where there's music and you dance, but more like a club in a school or university, dongari. So like an organization that you enter. Okay. I fell asleep. I entered sleep. Okay, interesting. Jami dorota can be used with nanin. But this I don't really understand. Why is here an e now? Because this time this is a normal verb, right? This is now a normal verb, so it can act on an object. So why is here no normal object particle? That's what I don't really understand right now. It can be used with verbs too. You mean 들다 can be used with verbs too? Yeah, but it's not with verbs here. So
잠이
why do you don't have an object particle here? I mean, in other situations I can understand, but in this specific sentence I don't get it. It's about what the noun sleep is doing. Okay. To be falling asleep. But it's passive. I was falling asleep. Ah. So like sleep is entering you. Well, sleep is entering me. Then sleep would be the subject. Yeah, okay. Anyways, I will just accept it for now. I like that picture. And my eye. Okay. 저는 그 그림이 마음에 들어요. 저는 그 그림이 마음에 들어요. That picture enters my heart. Okay. That picture really touches me deeply inside of me. That picture lights a fire inside of my body. Okay. Oh, my eye is... I don't know. There's something inside of my eye. Okay. There's a difference between sleep is entering me and I'm entering sleep. That's how my teacher used to explain. Yeah, that's just switching the nouns around for me. I'm entering sleep. I'm entering a state of sleeping. But sleep is entering me makes no sense for me. Yeah, but okay, we'll just accept it for now. Hi, China White. Thanks for tuning in. 안녕. Maso. Masetoli. I have no idea what that is, but 안녕. Okay, let's just continue. Okay, now we have examples for the other translation. To carry, to hold. I raised my hand. I held up my hand. I carried my hand. Okay. 저는 손을 멀었어요. So this one is actually the object particle. Wow. Okay. I think that's what you will mention soon. I hope. First I want to introduce you how it can be used. Okay. Two usages. Okay. And we will tackle more usages in advanced sentences. Okay. It's really crucial to your development of Korean and how it relates to the meanings you have of words from your understanding of English. You have to realize that Korean and English are fundamentally different, and it's very difficult to translate sentences sometimes. Yeah, this sentence here, I raised my hand, that you basically say I held up my hand. Yeah, I can see that this is just a word that doesn't really exist exactly like this in English, and you can't really find a perfect translation for it. That's fine. Yeah, okay. In case like this, you should not try to translate the meaning of the word directly into a specific definition. Rather, you should open to the fact that it can have many meanings depending on the context. Yeah. Okay. For example, imagine if you knew the following words and their definitions, and you saw the following sentence. This picture heart enter. This picture enters my heart. This picture enters my heart. This picture enters a heart. So this picture enters my heart, basically. Yeah, I will totally understand it. Sorry. Many learners of Korean might read it as, well, it looks like that person has a picture entering his... Yeah, okay, well... I don't know. I can see entering your heart, entering your mind. I would understand it as... like it really makes me think. It's touching me. That's what my translation would be if I didn't read this top part. Yeah, just I like this picture. Okay. I wouldn't translate it that simply. I would like, for me it would be a stronger, like, touching, not just like, but really changes me, because it's so good. I really enjoy it so much that I think about it. I enjoy it so much, not just like. But okay, now we know. This is the first of many times where I will encourage you to not translate, understand sentence literally. Instead, try to understand what the meaning of a sentence could be based on your understanding of the words within it. For example, if you come across the word dilda in your studies, realize it can have many usages. Okay. And just because it doesn't immediately look like it will translate to enter or carry, an open mind will allow you to see things in different ways. Okay. Okay, third thing that he wanted to teach us. I specifically wanted to teach you the meaning of dilda because it's commonly used in compound words, which I will talk about in the next section. Okay. Yeah, let's go into that right away. You will notice, or may have already noticed, that Korean verbs are made by combining two verbs together. This is usually done by adding one verb to the stem of the other, along with a or o. When this happens, the meaning of both verbs form to make one word. For example, to enter something and to go To go into. I don't really see the difference between to go into something and to enter something. That's for me the same already. So I don't really see the point of making a compound word out of this, because for me to go is already in to enter. It's already in there in the meaning. But okay. My dad went into the bank. My dad entered the bank. It's the same, right? Okay, so here we have yeah, Dilda. We have Dil, we have O, and then we have Kada. Okay. To enter something, to come into something. Okay, that's a little bit different from to enter something. But to go into something is for me exactly the same as to enter something. A man came into the room. To arise. Okay, this is like, yeah, this is this very commonly used ending of a word. We already saw that as compound words. Yeah, we already learned this. I went out of home. I left home. We also learned the word, or we learned a word for to leave, which is donada, I think. Donada. And I now realize that it also has nada. Interesting. Donada. Wait, let me research this. Donada, to leave, right? Okay. Okay, like this. So, using the knowledge that we just gained, nada is a word, and this could be a compound word. So that would mean, okay, that's interesting. So it would mean it can be constructed out of. Let me add some pluses here. So we have nada. We have an a or o. And we have something like this. I'm not exactly sure which one, but because we know here this or gets chosen and there's no other vowel in this, I think it must be an irregular, or it's just do. So it's just this, or it's an irregular. So let's pretend it's an irregular. What could it be? Could it be this? I think it does. So if it's this irregular, and then we choose this one, then it becomes this, right? We remove the we put an o, so it makes this word. So let's see, what is this word by itself? To float. Okay, that makes no sense. To depart. Oh, I learned another word for depart. And Papa goes saying float. Okay, I learned to depart Chulbal. Hada. I think hada. I think this one was to depart. This is what we learned for depart. Ah, oh, I mistyped. I said ball. Okay, okay. Let's. I said we never look at the right side. We just copy, highlight this, and then we see. And here we have to leave. Okay. And also to open one's eyes. Combined with nunne. Because nun is eye. Okay. And here, if we copy this, we have, yeah, departure, depart. And start. But here's Shijak. This is, I don't understand this entry here. Anyways. Ah, one is from Chinese and the others from is pure Korean. Okay. Okay then. Yeah, okay, enough of researching. We are still at compound words here. This time Nagada. Yeah, okay, flow, yeah, that's true. Okay, yeah, we learned all of these already. Okay, you have to remember on this website, let me scroll here. When we really start from the very beginning, which I did not do, I skipped unit 0, but if we really would start from the very beginning, he is saying, where is it? Learning how to read. Wait, there was something other about us, update, lesson list, contact us. Where is it? Theme lessons, listening practice. Maybe, was it here? No. Okay, anyways, I will just tell you, just have to believe me, I can't find it now, but somewhere on this website there's a section, it's like an FAQ or a getting started, and he's saying the intended way to learn the lessons here on this website is really quickly read through the vocabulary, so you just have seen it one time but don't really learn it, just glance over it basically, then learn the grammar, and then go back and learn the vocabulary. So keep that in mind. I'm learning the vocabulary before, which is not the intended way. I just like it more. But if you keep that in mind, and we go to this, where is it? We go to this whole section here. This whole section feels a lot like repetition. Yeah, we already know that what's this here for, because we already learned the vocabulary, but it's intended that we first read this and then learn the vocabulary. Okay, so yeah, but by this at this point we already know this. Okay, take something. Kajoda, often translate to bring. Kajogada often translates to take. However, the meaning of bring could work for both. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it depends from what perspective you look at it, right? If someone is coming, oder, he's coming to you and he's bringing something, then it makes sense you use to come. But if you tell someone, hey, bring this thing to someone else, go away from me and bring it to him, then maybe you can use this one as to bring as well, because he's going away from you to bring something, and in the other meaning, he's coming to you to bring something. So bring can be seen from both sides, basically. Okay. Just accept everything for you, I think, for now, I think. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I just accept. Acceptance is very important. Question it a bit later when you learned much more. Yes, that's what I will do. It's just sometimes like I'm just a curious person, you know? I'm just curious sometimes. I just see something and I research more. For example, when I read some news article about something or so, and I see something that I don't really know a lot about, I go to Wikipedia and read the whole Wikipedia article of that. I'm just a curious person by nature. So sometimes even in this Korean learning, I see something and I think, hey, I already kind of learned this. How is it connected and so on? And I just research a bit for fun. But yes, I will just accept. Okay. Okay, and my logic for to bring is very right. Okay, nice. Good to know. Kajida means to possess and wait. Okay. This is basically saying what I just said, right? Yeah. See, I really think about something and I'm really good at not reading the next sentence. I always like to think about stuff for myself before I read everything. Okay, but yeah, this is actually what I just said. Okay, imagine you have money at the house, you will go to your friend's house later to give it to him. Therefore, you will have to bring or take that money with you when you head over. If you're currently at your house and are talking to a friend, what you will do, you should use the word with to go with kada or gada in this case, because you're going to a friend's house while in possession of the money. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. It's clear. If you already arrived at your friend's house, you can use the word you came, because you came to your friend's house while in possession of the money. Yeah, I brought the money. I came with the money. Yeah, yeah, it's obvious. Okay. It's not about future or past. Yeah, I understand. It's about the perspective. Is the person going away from the current position, then you need to use go, or if the person is coming to a position with something, then you can use to bring. Then yeah, when he's bringing something and he's coming to you, then you use the oda variant, and the other way you use kada. Okay. If you're at your house with the money and your friends want to tell you bring, you should use he would use, yeah, because he is in another house and he wants you to come to his house with the money. Okay. You will come across many of these words when you're learning how to speak Korean. It is not something terribly difficult, but it's something that you should be aware of. It helps understand the word if you realize that it is made up of two separate words. Okay. One second. To turn, to look back. Yeah, to turn and look. To look back. Okay. So that's with back. Okay, makes sense, yeah. And here we have to go in, to come in. To enter. Yeah, okay. Okay. To turn around and see. To look back. To go, to return, to go back. Turn around and go. Okay. Turn around and come. Come back. Hmm. Here we have the construction of the word that was, when I learned these words, I said this one is not following the same pattern as the other ones, because the other ones were all Torah, 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 Torah. It's all Torah. But this one is not Torah. So that annoyed me a bit. So what's the difference here? This one is to spin, to turn, and this one I think was to be turning. Yeah, it still makes no sense to me. I would still just say Torah Judah. Maybe it's explained. No, it's not. Okay, chapter ends here. Okay. Bad luck. I accept. Always accept. I will go back to Canada on September 1st. Okay, I need to read more. I need to be faster at reading, so I will read the sentence in Korean. It will take a while, but I will do it. So, because when numbers are present in the sentence, it takes even longer. That's why I say it takes a long time. Because I have to think about which number it is, like Chinese or Korean. But for that, I have this one. So what do we have here? We have Wol, which is month in Chinese. This is definitely Chinese, should be Chinese. And here this one is also Chinese, so should be both Chinese, right? Sino-Korean, Sino-Korean, correct. Yeah, okay. Yeah, both Sino-Korean, okay, great. Okay, Chonin Guwol, Chonin Kuwol, Chonin Kuwol. One is il, right? So it's irire, irire, irire? Maybe. Irire. Sounds weird, but I will. I think that's correct. So 저는 9월 1일에 캐나다에 돌아갈 거예요. 저는 9월 1일에 캐나다에 돌아갈 sounds so weird. 돌아갈 거예요. 저는 9월 1일에 캐나다에 돌아갈 거예요.
저는 9월 1일에 캐나다에 돌아갈 거예요. 저는 9월 1일에 캐나다에 돌아갈 거예요.
Okay. Next one. 저는 친구에게 책을 돌려주었어요. 저는 친구에게 책을 돌려주었어요. 저는 친구에게 책을 돌려주었어요.
저는 친구에게 책을 돌려줬어요. 저는 친구에게 책을 돌려줬어요. 저는 친구에게 책을 돌려줬어요.
I just heard 줬어요. Jos.
저는 친구에게 책을 돌려줬어요. 저는 친구에게 책을 돌려줬어요.
I accept. Okay, that's good enough for now. You will continue to see these as you progress through your studies. Okay. Compound words. Done. Okay, it's 4 minutes before 7 p.m. I will actually not start. Oh, wow. This chapter is crazy long. Okay. Yeah, we'll not start that today. I will actually stop today's lesson. I think we learned a lot already. We went through the review of this chapter. Then we basically had 3 other chapters. Yeah, I think that's good enough for now, for today. And we will start the next one tomorrow. I accept. Yes. Okay, so thanks a lot for watching, and as always, thanks for participating and correcting and helping me, and see you next time. Bye bye, annyeong.